communicate not only with your dispatcher, and if you're in the middle of the field, he'll say, "Where are you at?" And he's like, "I really don't know."
I'm in the middle of a pasture somewhere where the old gray horse used to stand.
So with this, so with this system, you know exactly pinpointed within a few hundred feet, or
well, in the past we would have we'd have to utilize a handheld GPS unit.
Yeah.
Well, that took somebody dealing with that.
Right.
And so their focus wasn't here; it had to be on this, and then relaying that information back to the dispatcher, who relayed that information on to the helicopter service, or you had somebody who was trying to go, well, you're right over us, come on down.
Much more efficient.
Much more efficient. And it leaves the crews to do what they need to be doing and allows the helicopter folks to get right to where they want to be.
Wow.
And so we're pretty tickled about that.
No doubt.
And if there's a safety issue, I mean, if we needed law enforcement at the same scene, we can tell them exactly where they're at.
Right.
If we needed another ambulance, all those we know right where our guys are at. And I guess if you wanted to look at it in the big stream of things, if somebody happened to steal an ambulance, if they're anywhere in North America from Mexico to Canada, I'll know where they're at.
You'll know exactly where it's at. Well, that's good.
Not a big market for stolen
cars.
I hope that doesn't happen very often. But
anything else going on in the service that you're happy about?
Well, we were able to buy these through the trauma grant, which is just come around. It's through the Arkansas Department of Health. There's a yearly trauma grant allotment to help promote the treatment and care of people who are physically injured trauma. And that's where we were able to tie this into a quicker response, and that we thought this would make us much better at it. And we were allotted to spend our money on it. We also purchased some new technology called waveform capnography. It's a little fancy, a little hard to explain, but it's a new monitor capability to deal with people's breathing ability, to help us better isolate what their problems are and the best way to fix it. And of course, technology is always changing, and it's a big advancement. We're fixing to put those on our ambulances probably in the next 2 weeks, so we're kind of excited about those.
That's good. Well, you got a good
deal.
A bunch of good professionals over there in your department, and
very proud of them.
And I think it's one of the best in the country.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, you gotta say, I believe that way too. I would put my guys up and girls against anybody in the country.
And
very
the
proud
proof is when you do these events statewide and they come away with awards.
Right.
I mean, that really tells you something about what you guys do there.
And we're pretty proud. Would like to. You guys were talking earlier about the heat. My little punchline for education: be really careful about people leaving people in cars, especially children or the elderly. It's that time of year where the heat soars immensely, and a few minutes in a small cracked window is not enough to resolve the issue. Pets as well.
Right.
Throw my bit in there for the animals. Please don't. Be very cautious about that sort of thing. We have escaped through the year without having one of those type of incidents where a child got left in a car.
Right.
It's a horrendous thing, and it can be totally preventable. 20 minutes in a car can raise almost 20 degrees.
When you're in control or in charge of that young person or old person, they don't complain.
Right.
So.
Well, and you won't be around even if it's just running into the store. And I know, I have a 6-year-old, and sometimes it would be much nicer to leave the 6-year-old out of the store. It would make a much quicker trip, I assure you, because you don't have to go, no, you can't have that. No, you can't have that. I can't have that. But it's worth the fight. Take them in with you.
Right.
The extra effort. They just can't handle it. They don't have the capability. And like I said, knock on wood, I'm so happy this year we have not had to respond to that.
Yeah.
But with it being the time of year that it is, and we all know because you just walk outside and you start sweating.
Yeah.
Well, and they're starting football practice, they're starting all that kind of stuff. Hydrate.
Oh.
Can't stress that enough. Hydrate.
You can't drink too much water. It's almost impossible. Your body will be happy to get rid of it if you get too much.
Right.
And you're 100% right. Drink water.
Water.
And drink a lot.
And what I like to tell people that are having a problem like that, do not hesitate if you're alone to call 911.
Exactly right.
The ambulance can always come out, and they can always turn around. I mean, it's.
We would much rather, 9 times out of 10, we'd rather come out and you say, I really don't need you.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. I think I'll make it. Then that one person that doesn't and should have.
Yes, exactly.
And that would be a horrible.
So So there's our tips for today.
There you go.
Well, I didn't mean to throw that in, but
But no,
I
it's a
had
good
to.
thing.
The
I'm glad
heat
you did. I'm glad
just
you
brings
did.
it to the forefront.
Exactly.
Well, it's good to see you,
All right,
Brian.
thank
It's
you.
always great to have you in.
Oh, the
We
pleasure's mine.
would like to have you come in a lot more than you do, but you're just a hard man to pin
Busy.
down.
Well, I like that's what I tell everybody. I
Yeah.
just hide really well. Is what I,
Okay.
everybody has their talent. Mine's hiding, and
Thanks, Brian.
my pleasure.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
All right.
Thank y'all.
We're going to take a break, and up next, we're going to be talking about bluegrass and the Bluegrass Festival coming up right around the corner with Arvin Adams. Stay with us.